Hello, my darling viewers. It's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm reviewing Home by Nnedi Okorafor. This is the second book in the Binti series. You should start with book one, which is Binti, and these are both science fiction novellas. This one's longer. The first one's only like 96 pages. Book two is 162 pages, so they're both pretty quick reads. So throughout the series, we are following Binti, who comes from the small African tribe called the Himbas, and they're this internal tribe where nobody ever leaves. And Binti is the first one in her tribe to apply for and get accepted to go to this college called Oomza University that is in space, where she will encounter lots of aliens. In particular, she encounters the Medus, who are at war with this other tribe on Earth called the Kush. And that's probably all I can tell you without spoiling book number one. So if you haven't read the first book, go do that. I will post a link to my review of book one in the description below. So moving on to book two, now Binti has just spent a year at Oomza University, and she's starting to feel anxious, and she wants to go home and do this pilgrimage that everyone in her tribe does, or at least all the women in her tribe does. The thing about going to school is that nobody in her tribe has done it before. Not many humans go to Oomza University in the first place. So Binti stands out quite a bit at the school because of her traditions of her tribe. They wear this stuff called a jize, which is this clay material that they use for like cleaning their hair and skin and stuff, since they don't have access to water where she's from. So she's orange, basically, which looks bizarre to everybody else. Combining her Himba traditions with the fact that she now has these tentacles coming off her head from her encounter with the Medus, so she's even more strange. So now she's part human, part Medus, and so at school she doesn't really have a lot of close friends. Her best friend is Aku, who is one of the Medus, who are these blue jellyfish type creatures. I don't know if you guys can see that on the cover. So Binti's become best friends with basically their former enemies. We get to see a little bit of Oomza University, but the downside of this being a novella is that we don't get to see a lot of it, either in book one or book two, and I really want to know more about the school, honestly. As far as Binti going home back to Earth and back to her tribe, she has changed a lot. I mean, just going to any university will change you, and that first trip home can be hard. But in Binti's case, she left without telling anybody. She snuck out in the middle of the night, fully knowing that this was against her parents and her tribe's wishes that she go to school. And she hasn't had much contact with them in the last year. Kind of just a quick, hey, I'm still alive kind of video chat, and not really any ongoing conversations with anyone. So she's not entirely sure what kind of reception she'll get. So she's a bit nervous about this. Binti also hasn't told anybody at home about this transformation she's undergone, where she has these tentacles spring out of her hair. And she's still coming to grips with what they mean and what they are and what they can do. And her family is not getting any warning, so she's a little nervous about how they're going to react to that also. Her tribe also has very strict expectations about gender roles and about how anybody in their tribe should behave and act. And by going off to school, Binti has really bucked these traditions, and so she wants to be part of this community, and she wants to go home and have it feel accepting, but she's not sure she's going to get that. So it's not a huge surprise when she does get home that things are kind of rocky at first, and not everybody is pleased to see her or pleased with her decisions that she's made, not only with her family and her parents and her siblings, but also from like her best friend. So in this book, we get to find out a lot more about Binti's family and her home and her tribe and the world that she comes from. So we also find out a lot about Binti in this book. Obviously, this is her experiences, it's all from her perspective, but also the fact that she's now suffering from like PTSD from being attacked by aliens in book one, and really coming to grips with that and how that influences you. And she's also feeling a lot of anger lately, which she isn't, not something she's ever felt before, and so she's not sure where that's coming from, and she's hoping that going home to do this pilgrimage will help with that. When she gets home, Binti finds out some pretty surprising things about her family and her tribe also, which I don't want to spoil what they are, but I was like, kind of shocking. And also my favorite part of this book, well, actually my favorite part was the beginning when they're at university. But my second favorite part of this book is finding out the secret about Binti's family and about her. And she is spending a lot of time working on her exam, trying to figure out what this alien artifact actually is and what it can do. And there's lots more of Binti using her mad harmonizing math skills in here, which I love. I really love the way that Binti can like tree and stuff and just do all these mathematical computations in her head and just completely zone out. So this entire series is interesting and vivid and well thought out, and I love the world building, and I love the way things are described, and just Okorafor's language use is amazing in these, and I am eagerly anticipating the third book in the series that is like months away. Why? The downside of getting into a series before it's all out. So I really love this series. Book 1 is 5 stars. This one I'm not quite as big a fan of, so I gave it 4 stars, but it's still pretty much amazing. So let me know in the comments below if you have read Binti Home, or if you are planning on reading these books. Peace out. I love you guys. Keep reading. Bye.